Hi. So I know the lighting is crazy. It was like this in the last video too. My camera's being really weird and I don't know how to fix it, and I don't know right now because I need to go run some errands and I want to update you on our fertility journey and what's happening right now. So in the last video I ended off explaining how my HSG was normal, biopsy was normal, and so basically we got plugged in with this new doctor here in Scottsdale and did all the new tests, which again, we've done all these things before. We did them last year, was told everything was normal, and did them again this year. Garrett had a semen analysis last year, was told it was normal, yada yada. We've done all the things, you know, infertility journey. It's a great time. You just redo things over and over until someone finally figures out what's wrong. Anyway, in God's due timing, right? Trying to have a good attitude. I have a better attitude now and I actually have some hope here, but it's just, you'll see. Okay, so many emotions. We're plugged in with this doctor and redo all the tests. And then basically they had Garrett do like another semen analysis, but their semen analysis is a lot more in depth than what we had been told to do previously. So we were told it was different. We were like, oh, we've already been told everything's normal. I've been told everything's normal, but they want to redo everything. So, you know, get new established with a new doctor. Whatever, obviously we're gonna do it. We're plugged into their funnel. The end goal is to get pregnant. But at this office, if all these other things don't work, they also do IVF at this office. So I was like, well, we're gonna stick with this office as far as I know right now, because hopefully they find the other issue along the way that's a cheaper option. But if they don't, we can stay with this doctor and still do IVF at the very end, which obviously is kind of like your last shot at having a biological child. So we've been doing this for the last few months and haven't really like told anyone about it, just because like also with infertility I don't really want to talk about anything unless I have an answer. You know, we haven't had an answer until last week basically. So we met with the doctor and he's going through all my results, and basically he's like, I didn't find anything in Taylor's results. And I'm like, oh, great. Like, you kind of want an answer by this point because it's been 3.5 years and you just want to know what the problem is so you can fix it. Like, just figure it out and tell me. You know, we've been open to taking every single test. HSG is clear. Biopsy was clear. I have no infections in my uterine cavity. I don't know. Whatever they look at. I'm not a doctor. Everything's looking normal, okay? And so then they're like, yep. And then we looked at the semen analysis with Garrett and something came up. And we were like, what? Like, we were told it was normal last year. And I might go into more detail on this later. First things first. So we do have male factor infertility. We've been told that at this point. Right? So many emotions. Hate that for Garrett. And also it's like, I don't want to share too much now until I confirm. I've already spoke to him a little bit, but confirm how much he's willing for me to share. But, you know, it's like kind of his stuff to share if he wants or allows me to, but maybe more detail in the future. But for now, it's male factor infertility is what we've been told, which we've never been told that this whole time. The doctors have just been focusing on me, which is like the most frustrating thing with infertility is like, it's so hard not to feel like they're all just out for your money, because I think a lot of doctors are. And they did check his semen analysis last year and we were told it was normal. And this one is normal at first glance, but they look deeper and find different issues. So again, we don't even know if this is the answer, but this is the only answer we've had so far. So basically they found something off with Garrett's hormones, and now we're at the position where he is having to take some supplements and things to help balance him out. Right, so I'm really happy to have an answer, but now I'm like, what the hell? Why did every doctor miss that before this? It seems like such a simple thing that they should have figured out, but come to find out our semen analysis last year was like obviously not very in depth. They like took the first number at face value, oh, everything looks great, and they didn't look deeper at like the numbers and what that actually means. Again, I might share more detail in the future, but I will speak to Garrett first about that. But it's just kind of frustrating because it's something that could have been caught way earlier. It would have saved us a lot of money. It would have saved me as the female a lot of stress, because they do focus on the female a lot, and I've been under a lot of tests. I've been very emotional for many years, thinking it's my fault. And I don't even like to use the word fault because that's so negative, but just thinking that something was off with my body and we just couldn't figure it out. And I was like sacrificing things, trying to make my body healthier and and come to find out like this doctor is like, there's nothing off with Taylor right now. You know, I used to be super anemic. That was the only thing the doctor found last year. So put me on some like stronger iron medication, which actually we did get pregnant right after that, so I don't know if that had anything to do with it. But basically we found out that we had less than 1% chance of conceiving naturally every month, and we've been trying for 3.5 years. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. So we're just like shooting in the dark every month. So yeah, that was kind of a stab to the heart to hear. This was all like a couple weeks ago, and we actually found that stuff out about like our probability was like really low getting pregnant naturally unless we can like change things naturally with Garrett's hormones. So that's the position we're in now. Garrett is on some supplements to boost his hormones, and ideally that is our answer, and that is what gets us pregnant. Hoping to God, because that would be the most like affordable option at this point. Obviously we've spent thousands to get to this point, which is so frustrating, on checking my body, which I know we would have like had to check that anyway if we hadn't figured out the answer, because they just want to make sure. But it's so frustrating because like if they just start with the men, a lot of infertility doctors don't even look at the men, which is crazy because a lot of infertility cases are male factor, and what we've been told now is that is ours, and they haven't really been looking at Garrett any of these years, any of the doctors, until now. And actually this is a male doctor, so I don't know if like that has something to do with him like wanting to look at the male more. I don't know. Anyway, I have so many feelings, but that's where we're at. So we were also told, this was also kind of like a thing I don't want to hear, but it is what it is that we can't try for 8 to 12 weeks to give Garrett's body time to adjust, which obviously I want him to be able to like fix it naturally. We don't want to have to go down the IVF route if we don't have to, because it's a lot of emotional trauma and very expensive, not even guaranteed to work. So we were told we couldn't try for 8 to 12 weeks, and I was like, oh, it's like so long when you've already been waiting so long. But at that point too, it's like, well, we've already waited 3.5 years. What's 3 more months of just not trying? So anyway, that's where we're at. So yeah, we just can't try for the next few months, which is for the best, because if there is things off with the hormones, like if we did get pregnant, that could lead to complications with the pregnancy, potentially loss again, which I don't want to go through that. And now it makes me realize too, finding out like our statistics of our situation, is how much of a miracle it was we even got pregnant the first time, because we were told it was less than 1% chance. For sure less than 10% chance, because I think even if you're like perfectly healthy and everything, like super fertile people, I think it's only a 20% chance, I believe I've heard, of pregnancy per month, which is wild because that's crazy. So yeah, we were trying with a less than 1% chance for years, which is very discouraging to hear. Anyway, so it is an answer to prayer that we have some kind of answer and direction that we are actually going in now, some kind of medication to fix something. So that does make me hopeful, like a renewed hope for sure. But the other side of my emotion at this point is frustration and just kind of like bummed for myself, because I feel like I've been really hard on myself the last few years and cried and like, what is wrong with my body? Like, why can't they figure it out? Why can't I have a baby? Blah, 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 blah. And also even doctors like saying, we got to figure out like what's going on with you. And it wasn't even me. So that was like kind of hard to hear, because I've just been really hard on myself trying to figure it out. And I feel like it seemed so simple for this doctor to find, and I don't know why every other doctor missed it. But anywho, that's our update. So we will see. Hopefully this is our answer. We're praying it's our answer. We're still in the thick of it, so we will see. All right, bye.